Okay, what's good, guys? This is like almost my fifth attempt retrying this, and I'm so tired. Like I woke up at 2 a.m. today, but you seen the title. We're basically talking about what I'm gonna be doing for the SAT arc. I'm currently a rising senior, and the test I'm taking is the November SAT, which is November 7th of 2026, and it's currently July 15th of 2026. Um, as I'm recording this, and I'm gonna start July 16th probably. But yeah, to go more in specifics of where I'm starting at, uh, I have my ACT, or well, I can just talk about PSAT. So, on my PSAT, I got like a 990, which equates to like 1100 something on the SAT. So we're gonna use that as like our like place, because the ACT, it's like less, like it's less reliable. Like I feel like you can use a PSAT more to judge your actual SAT score, since it's just like, I guess, the pre-version, or like I don't even know the difference, to be honest. Just the score like range, but okay. So yeah, we're gonna go in like teaching mode. So yeah, all right. Hopefully this is good for you. The reason I had to retry so many times is because I was not good with like this website, but we're gonna try now. So I'm gonna full screen this real quick. Oh dang, this doesn't even want a full screen. Okay, I guess. Let me full screen. Okay. So what we're gonna be, wait, let me check if this stream is fine, or the video. Okay. Okay. All right, so now we're on here. All right, so this is basically what I'm going to be doing to okay, this doesn't want to. Okay, we're just gonna work with this. All right, so we're gonna call this blueprint, right? Blueprint for 1100 SAT 2. That's probably, it doesn't mean 2, but we're just gonna use that because it looks nice. 2 to 1450 to, we're gonna aim for 15. We're gonna be delusional and ambitious, because if you aim high, you're gonna have a safety spot. So blueprint for 1100 to 1500, and we have 16 weeks currently. So we gotta split up the 16 weeks. Or honestly, we could even make this 12 weeks, but hopefully you're watching this 16 weeks or more before your SAT, so this video can actually apply to you. And we don't honestly know if this is even gonna work, because like I don't know if I'm gonna get this. So but like I'm also gonna be staying updated with you guys. Like I'm gonna make videos every week. I'm gonna stream myself studying, like what I'm gonna be doing. So I don't know, you guys can get an idea of what I'm doing. I'll probably change a lot of what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like just like when you gain more intel on something, like you're gonna know what's better. So, or like you're gonna change for what's better. I don't know how to explain it, all right? But so we're gonna break this up into steps, with our first step being to cover legitimately. I don't know how to spell that, Angela. Legit oh my god, that's so off. Everything, because there's no point. Okay, and you guys might be wondering, why are we covering everything first? Why aren't we taking a diagnostic? So to break it up first, there's only 10 diagnostics, and you could probably say, oh, there's so many more practice tests. The one we're referring to is the Blue Book, and this is literally what everybody takes to study. It's literally what, it's a one-to-one replica of your actual SAT basically. um like it's the closest thing you'll get to your actual SAT. So if you do a certain way on that blue book exam or practice exam, it's like going to be very like closely correlated with your performance on the actual exam, unless like you tweak out or something mid exam. But okay, that's probably not going to happen. But all right, so uh so we're gonna have 10 tests. They only give you 10, so that's why we want to treat these tests like sacredly. And my idea on why we want to cover everything, or at least refresh everything first, is because there's no point in taking a test that measures how much you can apply your knowledge to a standardized test if you aren't even aware of all the knowledge. So we're gonna refresh everything, and you guys probably did cover this in middle school or whatever, but we're just going to refresh everything because that's just way better in my opinion. So you guys might be wondering how. Well, we are going to use the one and only Khan Academy. This is literally holy grail for covering everything on the SAT. We have other resources we might talk about later, but this is literally what you want to start with for step one, cover legitimately everything. So if you've already done this, you can skip ahead. But currently I do not have a job, so honestly I can put a lot of time into this. I have a couple of job interviews, so that might change, and I like put my availability as like 4:30 a.m. That's the earliest I can start working, so these days might get cooked. If you see my vlogs, yeah, I've been like trying to apply to jobs, and the job that I have an interview for, I guess, is Starbucks and McDonald's. I have 2 Starbucks ones. Hopefully I get at least one, bro, please, because bro, Starbucks job would be way better than like a greasy fast food junk place. But okay, besides the point, that is essentially going to be taking a lot of my time, so we're gonna use as much time as I have possible. So essentially, when we're gonna cover legitimately everything, or when I am, because this is gonna be my arc basically, but you can like use inspiration or like my logic to build your own, so we're gonna cover everything. And out of the 16 weeks, I think I would want to invest 2 weeks, since these are probably going to be the last 2 weeks I'm going to be unemployed, to be honest. So we're going to use these last 2 weeks. And if you guys are wondering how many hours, this might like surprise you, but we're going to do essentially 10 hours a day, right? And it's not like I'm cooking my brain. I'm literally just watching Khan Academy videos and doing a couple refresher questions of that specific topic that I've already learned before. So that's literally what I'm going to be doing. It's not like I'm going to be doing practice tests 10 hours a day. So I'm not going to get burnt out crazy. I'm just going to be doing 10 hours a day, or basically as much as I can, to be honest. I'm going to be streaming. Hopefully I stream like every single study session, so you guys literally can have evidence, proof of everything I literally do. And so like if you guys are wondering like how did this dude go from 1100 to 1500 in 16 weeks, well, you literally have proof of everything I've done. So okay, let's also include like the purpose. So purpose is literally to we can say show that it's possible. And you guys might think I'm delusional for saying 1500. Well, we'll see. Like, you don't know I'm gonna get below or higher, or like, for example, like you can't predict the future exactly. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So and also what really matters is how like locked in you were during your earlier prime years, where you were actually learning the raw material. So when you're in your algebra 2, were you taking honors algebra 2, advanced algebra 2, or were you taking regular, were you slacking off, things like that. So, and like English, geometry, algebra 1, it literally applies to all, but it depends how strong your foundations are, because that is basically going to determine how long it's going to take you. And since I didn't really have a strong foundation, I wasn't as locked in. I did take it accelerated, which is like the honors at my school, I think. So yeah, that's what I did for geometry and algebra 2. They didn't have that for algebra 1. and I did honors chemistry, but that's not even relevant. Okay, I don't know why I bring that up. Okay, but show that it's possible to do such things, and I may get humbled, but I'm gonna be recording videos weekly explaining my process, where I'm currently at. So yeah, all right. So you guys seen Khan Academy. I just but I realized I misspelled that. Okay, but we're gonna be doing Khan Academy, and also one thing I also want you guys to do is there's this guy on YouTube who like teaches how to get like 800 perfect math using Desmos, and obviously you can't use all of Desmos for the math, but like I've heard people saying that you can use Desmos for like 80 to 90% of the math questions on the math section, and it will answer it for you. So that's literally so easy for the math. So I want you guys to at least know how to also do that. So we're gonna watch 800 score on math, right? So you're gonna have a little bit of practice questions from Khan Academy. They're not the best representation, and you're gonna have some like knowledge on how to use Desmos, which is like hopefully you guys know what Desmos is, but it's like something that you get to use on your test, so you want to know how to use that to your advantage, right? So yeah, and hopefully you guys understood why I'm saying that you shouldn't take a diagnostic yet, because you don't want to take a diagnostic or waste it when you actually don't know the knowledge, when it's like more about applying it. So okay, now we're getting to the second step. The second step, I think we could safely say that the second step is just to repeat steps 3 and 4. All right, so you guys might be wondering, what is step 3 and 4? So step 3, okay, this is not really a step, but I'm just gonna be explaining it. We're gonna go in on how to schedule plan. All right, so let's say, okay, I'm probably gonna need to draw this for visual representation, which would probably do me best, but do they have like bigger sizes? Bro, this website sucks, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, let's say you schedule plan. So I have 16 weeks, and since like I'm gonna get a decimal, some type of decimal, because like 10 is not a factor of 16, we're gonna actually get this into days. So it's gonna be 112 days, I think. So divide 112 days by 10 tests, because you want to split them up. But also, one thing you guys want to do is minus 3 to 5 days, and you guys might be wondering why. Because you don't want to be hard grind studying 3 to 5 days before the exam. Like, you want to do light review, nothing aggressive, to be honest. So so we'll probably say, okay, for the sake of the calculation to round, we're gonna say 109, and that kind of rounds to 11 days when divided by 10. So essentially you're gonna be taking I'm gonna be taking a test every 11 days, right? So wait, okay, let me calculate. How many days until November 7? I thought it was 16 weeks, but I'm not too sure. 115 days. Okay, so so here, let me erase this. And also, like, this is the first time I'm like actually going through, like, I'm thinking of this and building this plan on the top of my head, and I know it's not going to be perfect at all, but like, we're making it together. So yeah, oh my god, bro, what did I just do? Okay, so we have specifically we're gonna say 114 because I'm starting tomorrow, and we'll say 4 days. We'll leave 4 days, so 110 until the exam, right? 110 days. Divide that by essentially 10, since we're dividing the test by 10, and that's gonna leave you with the test every 11 days. Every 11 days. All right. I just did abbreviation because I'm about to erase this. So you guys understand the plan, right? So this is what I was trying to talk about, right? Oh my god. This is actually so annoying. Okay. So, schedule plan. And the first step, like I just went through, is that you are going to want to see how many days. Then wait, we need to look to drag this all the way here. See how many days, then subtract 3 to 5, and you want to do it in the way that makes it like most divisible, so like you don't get like a decimal when you divide by 10. I don't know, that's what I do, makes it simple. So I got 114 minus 4, 110 divided by 10, 11 every day. So test every 11 days. So subtract 3 to 5. Okay, I'm not even gonna write that down. And then you're gonna want to divide those days by 10 for your practice test. So you're gonna see how often you do a test, right? So essentially, yeah, that's how it's gonna work. And yeah, so after you do that, then this is essentially how it's gonna work. Okay, this is like a very basic plan. Again, I don't know how many times I've said this, but I'm probably gonna revise my plan over time, like make it even better. So we're gonna be going through updates. I'm probably gonna make this a playlist on YouTube, so like you guys can best use this, and I'll make my streams another playlist. Like if you guys want to click on a random stream and see what I'm doing, but hopefully I stream everything I do, because then they'll be like showing that I'm actually doing it every day. Okay, whatever though. So the fourth step is to essentially know how to log. So okay, actually we can put that part of, okay, we're gonna put that part of this step. Okay, so under 3 we're gonna know how to log, and basically to log, right? So okay, let me go over an example. So in the SAT, right, there's 2 sections, math, and then there's English / reading, right? And then there's like probably 5 other subsections, and these are the ones that you're gonna want to write down. And okay, website with College Board practice question bank. What is it called? It's like open something. Bro, where is it? Bro. Here, let me search it up on my phone. I know there's like a website that has like literally thousands of practice questions. One second, bro. Oh, oneprep.xyz. So that's the website you're gonna want to go to here. Oneprep.xyz. Hopefully I don't get no virus. Okay, they changed the domain, I guess. Okay, let me search up OnePrep just in case like this isn't like a sponsored result or something. Yeah, oneprep.co. I've used this website. It's the reason I haven't been reading it. OnePrep got patched over. Okay, I think this is SAT question. Okay, yeah, this is OnePrep. It's oneprep.co now. But there's gonna be sections on each test when you get to see the questions. So when you want to know how to log, essentially, you're gonna want to have some type of journal, right? And you want to write down all the sections as headings. So let's say, okay, I'm gonna put a letter for each section that is totally not like an accurate representation. It's just gonna be like, for the sake of this video, because I'm not gonna spend that much time. I don't even know the sections myself, but like I kind of know how it works. So math, we'll just put reading, SAT, right? It's like okay, and then you have like all these little things under math, all these little things under reading. So put A, B, C, D, E. All right, and then you do X, Y, Z, and G. I don't know. Okay, and okay, obviously we'll have this split, right? And then you're gonna on the side, like to do this, you're gonna want to have your tests. So which diagnostic test is it, you know? So first, second, third, right? You're gonna want to set up a table similar to this. You can do it on Google Sheets, a journal. I'm gonna write down on a paper because I find that easier, to be honest. And then you're gonna want to calculate the percentage of the questions you get right of those specific questions, if you guys understand what I'm saying. So, or honestly, wait, okay. Is there a fixed amount of questions for each subsection in math? Because I think it can vary, so we might have to do, okay, yeah, and SAT. Four questions. Okay, so it's like 35%, so it varies. So we're gonna go based off percentage. So essentially, what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to, let's say 15 questions on A, right? Subsection A of math. It's not gonna be called A. It might be called, I don't know, multivariable calculus. Obviously not, but you know, just saying that. You get 33 out of 44 questions right. Obviously there's not 44 questions of a specific subsection, but we're just saying that, right? So we get that right, calculate the percentage. It's going to be 1/4, so 75% of the questions right. And essentially you're going to keep logging how much your percentages, or that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be logging how much percentage like I'm increasing in the specific subsections. And also, let's say I'm like really good at subsection B of math. I already know that, like, and let's say it's algebra 1, and already get 98%. All right, I don't need to commit that much time to that like, okay, one thing I need to also explain is, okay, so we're gonna have July, let's say July 12th is my test, right? July 12th was my test, and then we have July 28th. We're just making that up, right? 2 random days. I'm just saying that's the test. You're gonna want to make a mini plan of how you're gonna spend each day, and we're gonna like make this a day, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. You know, we're gonna like need a plan of what we're gonna be doing each day to optimize success with the information that you got from your diagnostic. So you're gonna want, for example, you're gonna want to know how much time, or specifically what you're gonna be doing in that time too, for each, like, you know, all the hours that you have in between, or all the days. You want to know exactly how you want to spend your time to optimize to get better at like the sections that you got like a 75 versus 98. Like you might not even have to review 98 subsection B of math A if you got a 98%, right? So yeah, and the best tool I would say for that is honestly any type of AI, because that's kind of like I don't know how to explain it. It's like dirty work, to be honest, like trying to, you know, do that. It's like ChatGPT or Claude or Google Gemini, they can probably do it way better and faster than you. So ask them, I got 33% questions on this section of math, and then 98, and then I've, you know, tell it all the sections of math reading, and then tell it how many days you have, how much hours you're willing to spend each day, and then it's gonna make some type of plan, you know, and you're gonna follow that essentially. And with the parts that you get wrong, so okay, so you get subsection A, so it tells you what you're gonna invest, how much time you're gonna invest in subsection A. So now that you have like how much time you're gonna preserve for that subsection A, for example, since you got a 33%, you're gonna know how much time. ChatGPT tells you 3 hours a day, because 33% is pretty bad, it's saying, right? So 3 hours, okay, 3 hours. And then now that you know you're gonna spend 3 hours, the next best thing is to do something that's gonna best get you during the 3 hours, the highest return on investment activity. So what I would do is honestly use Khan Academy, and then do open prep questions, right? Because like, see, look at this math SAT, right? Okay, let's say this was subsection A of math, 33%. I practice here, right? I go in here, practice free, right? Okay, I have to log in, but it also gives you a difficulty. Wait, I don't, could you guys see that? Let me see. Okay, yeah, you guys can see that. All right, but it also gives you like a difficulty of what specific, like how it's hard you want the questions to be of that specific section. So you're probably gonna want to do hard anyways. But yeah. So now that you know that you did poor in the subsection, you're gonna want to do Khan Academy and then those questions. But even if Khan Academy doesn't teach you fully, some things I would recommend. So for math, I would recommend the College Panda, right? College SAT math, right? Search that up. You'll probably see it's like a math. You could probably search it up on Reddit. You'll probably see it everywhere. It's like one of the most famous math books for the SAT. And reading, I would recommend. There's this lady called Eric. Okay, we're gonna do this. SAT grammar book. Yeah, this lady, bro. Look at Erica L. Meltzer. She produces the best grammar and reading books, you know, for the SAT. So I would say she's a high return on investment. Make sure you're getting the highest edition, right? Okay, well, that's what I'm gonna be doing, right? Obviously, maybe not everybody has the money to be buying those books. It would probably cost, like, each book is like 25, so it might cost in general, like, I don't know, 75 for all three. But that's only if Khan Academy is not getting you the improvements that you want to see. So like, let's say you keep doing Khan Academy and practice questions and you keep getting 30, you got 38% first try. That's when you do the Khan Academy and practice question or open, what is it called? The open prep. And then you get 52%, right? It's not the biggest increase, right, that you want to see, right? So that's when you're gonna, and if you keep doing that again, right, you see you get 44%. Okay, it's not going up like consistently or not going up very fast, right? Then you might have to consider getting the books, because the books might be like a really high return on investment depending on how much money you have. But I'm sure there are videos on the specific topics you can watch on YouTube, even if Khan Academy is not teaching you it fully to the point where you're satisfied. So back to my point, where was I at? Okay, so yeah, so now that we have the time that we know we're going to spend on each subsection from ChatGPT and the plan that it made, we want to use the time optimally, right? Khan Academy and then the questions. And then I went into explaining how if Khan Academy doesn't like consistently increase, like it's not helping, the explanations are not good, then you can go into the books, which I highly recommend if you have the money for it. And honestly, I would get them like to review the topics if you could get them right away. But it just depends. It depends what works for you. So I would test out Khan Academy first, like for like 1, 2, 3 diagnostic test, and you know, see how you do specifically for there. So after that, you kind of get a plan of how to log, right? So you know that there are subsections. Is the first step. Know that there are subsections. Depending on your performance, overall performance. Here, let me get in another color. Okay, so first step, you know subsections, right? Make the headings, make the table. You write down subsections, the test, you know, math, reading, whatever, split it in half. And then you, okay, so after the test, you guys might be wondering where I get the percentage from. So after you take the test on Blue Book, it tells you what specific topics that you were struggling on. So you would go see how many you got correct or wrong on that specific topic. And honestly, even if you want to, I even recommend this more, but what I would do is not just only the questions that you got right, but also questions that took you longer than like your pace, you know, longer than average, right? Or guessed right, even those two. Count how many of those and the wrong, yeah, basically all three. Count how many of these you did, and subtract it from the amount of questions that was each subsection. You guys might be thinking 44 questions. No, that's an exaggeration. There might be like yeah, you could see 13 to 15, 5 to 7, and there's 44 questions total. So it might take you a while, but it's for the greater good. So now that we know what so now that I know, okay, I don't know why I keep saying we. This is what I'm gonna be doing. I don't know if it's a good plan, but this just bro. For context, again, I'm explaining my plan. I don't know why I'm saying you guys. All right, so yeah, first step, math, English reading, and then second step, basically, divide the. Oh yeah, this is the. Oh yeah, okay. You have to subtract 3 to 5 days, right? Subtract 3 to 5 days and divide by the amount of tests that you have, and then build this type of table, and then you want to keep track of the percentages of how much you get right, and then put into ChatGPT how much time and investment should I put, with this being the rates of my getting the questions right in this specific subtopic, and it tells you how many hours when you tell it how much hours you have a day and how many days or how many days available until the next diagnostic test. So yeah, it's probably going to make you a good plan. And then after that, you use the time that it tells you or allocates you to do high return on investment activities. So what I do is Khan Academy or the textbooks if you have the money. And then after that, immediately go on one prep and then do questions on that specific topic. And then you also want to log. Yeah, okay, so you're gonna see. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. All right, so yeah, so after doing that, right, you literally just repeat that. So you do what okay, so everything I just explained, right? You after doing that and it comes to the next diagnostic test, you literally just repeat that. All right, I'm not gonna write that all down, bullet points. Here, I'll just do and then what I'm gonna put down is repeat what I just yapped about. Okay, so just put in 2 times, 3 times speed, whatever works for you, and just repeat that. Write that down. I tried putting in the best clear steps that I could. Obviously, it's really scribbly, so you're not gonna understand, or hopefully you do. I tried to talk it out, but okay. But now that I explained it right, here, let me get all this stuff out. So I explained it, and then now the last part we need to talk about, or the last thing that I'm going to worry about, is the 3 to 4 or 5 days that I left before the exam. All right, so that's literally it's gonna be step 4, right? 3 to 5 days. And you guys might be wondering, what am I going? Oh, wait, I forgot one big thing. Vocab questions is something we did not discuss about, and we need to. So there's gonna be hella vocab questions, right? And what you want to do is download, if you can. It costs money, but it's this thing called Anki, and it has this way of helping you learn things or learn the vocab. So if you consistently spend 30 minutes a day over 16 weeks, you are significantly going to get better at the vocab, because it sections the questions that you answer into how good you felt on them, because it asks you and it puts in that, and then it based on how bad you were at it, it'll ask you the same question, kind of like that. So yeah, you just want to do that. I didn't include that. Let me just Anki 30 minutes a day. And the good thing about Anki is it keeps track of your progress even if you log off. I'm not too sure about Quizlet. Quizlet is another thing you guys could do, but I'm not too sure if it keeps your progress when you click off the app or whatever, when you're in that learning mode. So yeah, and then going back to the 4 step, 3 to 4 days. These 3 to 4 days or 3 to 5 days is when you want to essentially go over the sections that you were like the worst, and even to start, even if you mastered everything, like you want to go back to, I guess, where you were struggling the worst, right? And if it really is to a point where you're getting like 99, or I don't even think that's like able. Okay, you should be able to calculate. Okay, so 99% obviously is not going to be doable, right? But like you should know, like let's say there's 14 questions, you get 13. Obviously it's not going to be 99. It's probably going to be a number. Okay, we'll just look for sure. It's going to be 92. Okay, but even if that's not 99, the one thing you want to see is like you want to plateau at a number like this. You want to plateau like somewhere like here, 92 or 100. It's either 92, 100, or 12 out of 14. So you want to stay in like the area where only missing 2 to 1 question. And even like when you're studying for the SAT, 1 question still makes a difference. Like 2 questions can still make a difference for each section. That actually can make a big difference. So you might see like, oh, 85%, I'm nowhere near the top. I mean, you're still only 2 questions away. It could be luck, or like it could be random, there could be variables, but like that's when you're basically, you're Gucci kind of, all right. But yeah, so after that, oh shoot, I was about to erase the Y. Bro, what am I doing? All right, so go over the sections you were worst to in the start if you really got better, or you got the best at everything, or even the sections that you are consistently getting 1 to 2 questions wrong. Even if it's only 1 to 2, like you still want to practice that, get it to the best you can, or that's what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, that's essentially the whole plan that I'm going to be doing. Hope you enjoyed, right? I just yapped for 37 minutes. I don't know if you watched all of it or not. If you are this far, that's what I'm going to be doing. I don't think it was necessary to make a video this long. It was just because I was making it like off the top of my head, but I'm not going to reshoot it because 37 minutes is not just going to go to waste. But yeah, I have like things to do tomorrow, so I have to wake up early. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Basically, my SAT arc, going to be streaming every day. Oh shoot, oh my god, bruh, I forgot to do something. Undo. Okay, I also forgot to divide how many days we're spending each number, right? So repeat 3 to 4. This is not gonna have like a time of the weeks, right? So this took already 2 weeks out of the 14, so we're gonna have 14 for oh my god, and we have the 3 to 5 days, so that's not a part of the 14 weeks. So actually you're literally just going to be doing this plan for 14 weeks, or literally the weeks that you have left from after doing step 1. And depending on how much hours you can commit, I mean, the more hours the better, but yeah, you just want to make sure you try to follow a plan like that, and you'll get the best results, or that's what I think. We'll see in a week if anything changed after doing the Khan Academy. But yeah, bro, peace. That's the end of the video. See you guys in the next video. But yeah, peace out. Hey, let's do it. Peace out.